On Hebrews, it's the Israelite Brotherhood. This the Israelite Brotherhood. All right, check this out, Hebrews. I'm gonna do this little history on them gay Amorites because the gay Amorites are the ones who put that gay stuff on the Hebrews. You see what I'm saying? See, that gay stuff has an origin. You see, we know when we come from Africa, we didn't have no homosexual activities. You know what I'm saying? That we didn't indulge in none of that wicked stuff. And we know when we come out of Egypt during Exodus time that we didn't have none of that gay stuff on us. And that all that gay stuff was in the land of Canaan. Well, it has an origin. You see what I'm saying? Because those same Amorites put that gayness on the tribe of Benjamin, the youngest tribe. You see what I'm saying? So we need to have an understanding of where the origin of that gay stuff come from so we could put a picture on it so we can freeze it up and it don't be effective in our community no more. This is a message to the Hebrews. You see what I'm saying? See, we the ones that's got to get this straight and get an understanding of this so we can teach our people. You see what I'm saying? Because we the teachers of our peoples. Okay, back in the days, Sodom and Gomorrah was an Amorite camp. And the Amorites held control of Sodom and Gomorrah. You see what I'm saying? And how you can see this is because when our father Abraham and Lot came into Canaan. See, everybody should have a little biblical history. And we know that the Creator told our father Abraham to leave the Mesopotamia area and to go to Canaan because he would receive that land. You see what I'm saying? That the Creator would give him Canaan as an inheritance because those Canaanites was wicked and mainly those Amorites. You see, okay, if you go to Genesis 14, you will see that the kings of Mesopotamia, Chaldar, Elam, Tidal, and all the nations of Mesopotamia came up against those gay folks in Sodom and Gomorrah. If you go to Genesis 14, you see what I'm saying? You will see that, you know, that the Mesopotamia kings came and got up with them gay Amorites. You know what I'm saying? And whooped them. And then one of them escaped. You see what I'm saying? One of them escaped. They had snatched Lot up. You know what I'm saying? Lot got snatched up with them. You know, Abraham's kinfolks, you know, they had to separate. You know, Abraham went towards Hebron and Lot went to Sodom and Gomorrah, you know, that wicked capital. You know, that's where they had that temple prostitution and all that stuff. You know, Sodom and Gomorrah gonna be the lesbian and gay camps. All right, where those people from Mesopotamia came and whooped them. All right, they snatched Lot too, you know, and our father Abraham had to go get up with them. And he rescued, you know, his kin people and took them back from the Mesopotamians. You know what I'm saying? And you can see that an Amorite was with those that was taken from Sodom and Gomorrah because the Amorites controlled Sodom and Gomorrah. The Amorites is going to be the chief of Canaan kids. You know what I'm saying? Those are the ones that had Tazarat on them and was in their blood, and the Creator rescued them and gave them a civilization, and they turned wicked. And they turned real wicked. All right. Abraham, my father Abraham, you know, rescued, you know, Lot and this Amorite named Echel and his brother Adner. You know what I'm saying? They was confederate with our father Abraham because he had just come into the land. So, you know, he had to be cool with them Canaanites, you know, for a little while, you know, till, you know, we get some numbers up to get the land from them. Well, the Canaanites, the Amorites controlled Sodom and Gomorrah, as you can see. And then when you go to Genesis 13, you'll see that the people in Sodom and Gomorrah was real wicked. See, but the men of Sodom were wicked and sinners before the Elohim exceedingly. You see what I'm saying? All right, and then you go to Genesis 13. Genesis 14:13. All right, Genesis 14:13 showed that the Amorites was in control of the land. You know what I'm saying? All right. And now we go to the book of Ezekiel to establish that the Jebusites and the Amorites, you know what I'm saying, are kind of like the same people and stuff, you know. All right, let's go to Ezekiel 16. You know, he gonna tell you the foundation of Jerusalem. All right, that'd be Ezekiel 16:3. And this said the Elohim Yah unto Jerusalem, thy birth and thy nativity is of the land of Canaan. Thy father was an Amorite, and thy mother an Hittite. Okay, check this out. If you go back in time, the same thing that happened to that Levite in the book of Judges, chapter 19, when that Levite was leaving Bethlehem, Judah, finna go back to his hometown in Mount Ephraim, how he had to pass through Jerusalem and would nobody give him nowhere to stay. And then this one old Israelite, you know, come out the field, you know what I'm saying, and took him in. And then while they was in that house, a whole bunch of gay folks surrounded the house and tried to get them. Well, that happened a lot too in them angels. You see what I'm saying? It happened to Lot in them angels first, way back in the days. So we know them Amorites is gonna be wicked, because they even tried to attack angels. Man, some angels. You know what I'm saying? You go to that'd be Genesis 19. Genesis 19. Man, this phone don't record long, so I pray I get this message in where you brothers and sisters can understand. All right, Genesis 19. All right, there go Judges. All right, Genesis 19. I spend half my time trying to turn these pages. All right, Genesis 19 tell you about how Lot and them angels was in that house, and then how those gay folks rose up and surrounded the house, you know, and how Lot tried to get him his two daughters. You know what I'm saying? The same as the way that the Amorites surrounded their house in the book of Judges 19 when it was dealing with the Benjamites, because the Amorites had turned the Benjamites out. You see what I'm saying? They live close to the Amorites. They was living with the Amorites, so they gonna get messed up. You see what I'm saying? All right. All right. If you read Genesis 19 all the way down to verse 8, you know, verse 6, 7, and 8, you will see that Lot and them tried to give them people from Sodom they daughters when they come past the house, because, you know, Lot and them angels had went inside and them gay folks surrounded the house. You know, this is when Sodom and Gomorrah was destroyed the first time. And when it was destroyed, you know, it didn't destroy all them Amorites. It just destroyed that city and that nation. You see what I'm saying? At that time, but them Amorites were still present in Canaan, because we had to get up with them after we left Egypt during Exodus time, during Moses time. And Prophet Moses told us not to mix up in any of the ways of the children of Canaan. You know what I'm saying? And one of the things that they was doing was that gay stuff, that lesbian and that gay stuff. And that was, you know, from that Sodom and Gomorrah stuff. All right, now you see in Genesis 19, verse 6, 7, and 8, how, you know, them gay folks surrounded the house and tried to get them, and they even offered their daughters up. You know what I'm saying? And they didn't want no women. They wanted, you know, them men, and them angels took them out. All right, now let's go to Judges. All right, this is the tribe of Benjamin dealing with them same people, them Amorites who held control of Sodom and Gomorrah. And as you read Judges 19, you're going to see that Levite, you know what I'm saying, was sojourning, you know, back to his land. You know, he had came, you know, to Bethlehem, Judah, to his female's house, his concubine house. You see, his concubine was wild. You know, she was playing the harlot, and she was doing all kind of stuff. And, you know, he went to her house, and then her daddy tried to make him stay, you know, for a few days. And finally, him and her got on down. They loaded their animals up and was going toward home. And then they had got to where them Jebusites was, you know what I'm saying? And they didn't want to park and stay over where the Jebusites was, because they knew that they was gay. And then the strange thing, as they was going, traveling to their house in Ephraim, that wouldn't nobody give them a place to stay in Benjamin. You know what I'm saying? Because it was so much wickedness going on that people probably didn't want none of that wickedness in their house, and they shut their doors, and they wasn't being friendly with nobody. So this Levite, you know what I'm saying, this that Levite, met this old man, and that old man, you know what I'm saying, took him into his house. You know what I'm saying? In Gabal, took him into his house and fed him and stuff. And then as he was feeding him, you know what I'm saying, the gay folks, the folks of Belial, them Amorites, those Jebusites, came and surrounded the house. You know what I'm saying? And brother had to give his concubine, and that Levite gave his concubine up, that was the whore, and gave his female to them gay folks. They just wanted to have some sex with anything. They didn't care. And then they killed her. They raped her to death. And then that brother went and cut her up and then sent her pieces when he got home all into the other communities of the Hebrew Israelites. And we got together and we went up against Benjamin, because of that stuff. And we didn't even want to give the Benjamites our daughters because they were so messed up. We killed a lot of them off, and them gay folks was fighting us back. Those Belial folks was helping them, you know what I'm saying? And we had to stomp their lights out. But that gayness gonna come from them Amorites. You see what I'm saying? And them Amorites gonna be them Jews. You see what I'm saying? The same people, who inherit our heritage and know how to slick maneuver around us. Well, them gonna be the same people, you see, because those Amorites, come back to the promised land, after them Amorites come back to the promised land. And then you go to 2 Kings chapter 17, verse 24. Chapter 17. 2 Kings 17, verse 24. And these going to be some Amorites too. And these where the Amorite wickedness come from today. All right. You see chapter 17, verse 24. All right. You see that word Sephardim? Those going to be the Sephardi Jews that come from Babylon. They was Amorites, and they got their land back and their heritage back. Okay, this whole Western system, this whole America was created by them when those Sephardis left Spain during the Inquisition, and those conquistadors. There wasn't none but undercover Jews, crypto Jews, where they come to America and set this up. You know what I'm saying? And they brung that gay stuff. They brung that gay stuff here because they was Amorites. The Amorites are the founders of Babylon. And the people who in Babylon practice temple sex, male prostitution sex, and they had it all around Jerusalem. Where these same Amorites, these same Sephardims are Amorites, and they people control Jerusalem. You see what I'm saying? Because these Amorites are from Babylon, the Sephardims, and they are Amorites. They are still Canaanites. You see what I'm saying? And they practice that same religion that the ancient Canaanites did. Matter of fact, they are the ancient Canaanites. You see what I'm saying? Those Sephardi Jews. That word Sephardim. They was placed in Samaria in 722 BC under the king of Syria. Under the king of Assyria. All right. Us Hebrews being taken from Africa where it was no homosexuality and brought to this America. And when those people come in power, those Amorite Jews come into power, that's one of the first things they do is head to the Hebrew community and start turning them out into some gay folks. You see what I'm saying? Because they know that that's one of the most wicked abominations that the Creator is totally against, because he destroyed nations. He destroyed nations. Sodom and Gomorrah got burnt down and burnt up because of their wicked homosexual activity. Well, those same Amorites that controlled Sodom and Gomorrah controlled Jerusalem. And those same Jebusites that controlled Jerusalem turned the tribe of Benjamin out. turned the tribe of Benjamin out. That's what Judges 19 is about. It tell you about it, you know. So that homosexuality and that gay stuff is not new. It got ancient roots. You know what I'm saying? But it's times that we didn't fool with that stuff or have no dealings with it. Have no dealings with it. And that's going to be when we left Egypt during Exodus with Prophet Moses and we got in the land. And then when we went back into Africa in 588 BC in the book of Jeremiah, we didn't mess with that for them thousands of years that, you know, till our captivity started. And then they brung us here. And then they put that gay stuff on us to start that cycle all over again. You see what I'm saying? So they know how to get the Hebrews with that gay stuff. And it has an ancient origin. You see what I'm saying? Anytime we messing around in a society that got free opening, free reign, like all religions is cool and all this is cool, then that gay stuff is going to be prevalent there. Is because, you know, that's how they elevate it. First, they have to lower everybody's morality. You see what I'm saying? And then they slide that stuff in on you. And then that stuff become permanent. And then you start to get ruled by them people. You see what I'm saying? See, those gay folks going to be your kings and your queens later on. You see what I'm saying? Just like it was in the biblical days before those people from Mesopotamia came and had to destroy them. You see, because those Canaanites were kin to the Egyptians. The Egyptians didn't come wipe them out. You know what I'm saying? And why Egypt didn't wipe those gay folks out, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? That was their kin. But Egypt kind of messed up a little bit too with its idol worship. So they probably didn't have the power to wipe those gay folks out because they was idol worshiping. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to combat evil with evil. You see, you have to combat evil with goodness. You see what I'm saying? So the Egyptians couldn't wipe them Amorites out with their gay stuff in Sodom and Gomorrah. So those people from Mesopotamia had to come and then they whooped them. But those Amorites are scattered. You see what I'm saying? And they were still around when we got control of the promised land. Matter of fact, we didn't get rid of them like we were supposed to. And that was one of our downfalls. See, if we would have got rid of the Amorites and the Canaanites, it wouldn't be no gay stuff on this earth. Because that's why all that gay stuff come from the Canaanites. You see what I'm saying? It wouldn't be no gay stuff on this earth if we had did what the prophet Moses told us and put them folks' lights out. You see, the Creator had put their lights out and gave us a little start when he destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah. You see what I'm saying? But we didn't continue that momentum and destroy them when we left Egypt going into the promised land. And those people become a thorn in our side like now. You know, it's a shame to see them gay folks walking around knowing that we Hebrew Israelites and that we have to come back in heritage. And them devils who turned them out know that they trying to forestall us from coming into our heritage with that stuff. And that's one of the main reasons and that the Creator gonna destroy this society, because the same folks that turned the tribe of Benjamin out is here turning Hebrews out today. You see what I'm saying? So this country got to go. You know what I'm saying? This country can't be around. It's like how those people from Mesopotamia came down and robbed them folks. You know what I'm saying? Them gay kings and stuff of Sodom and Gomorrah and made them get down. Well, the same thing gonna have to happen to here. And but the tribe of Benjamin got turned out by the Amorites. You read Judge 19 and Judge 20. You know what I'm saying? And it tell you about how the Amorite turned them out. But all this stuff go back to Genesis, to Sodom and Gomorrah, when the Amorites had control of Sodom and Gomorrah. Okay, Hebrews, this is a message from the Israelite Brotherhood. I pray that there was some clarity. You know, it's a little more history, and I tried to go into a deeper detail, but this phone don't record long. Shalom, Hebrews. It's a message from the Israelite Brotherhood that gay stuff has an origin, and it come about through those Amorite Jews. You know what I'm saying? Those Sephardics gonna be real prevalent with it. The Sephardi Jews, Sephardim, Sephardic and Sephardi. Those gonna be Amorites, and they brought all the Babylonian traditions and all the ancient traditions that they practice. They brung them here, and they put that stuff on us in prostitution and temple prostitution, male prostitution. All that was in the promised land, and our history is full of it, and we had to get rid of that mess. Well, we got to shed a light on where that stuff come from, and that stuff come from Sodom and Gomorrah, them Amorites, and those Amorites are still with us today. The Jebusites were Amorites. You know, Jerusalem, a father was an Amorite and his mother was a Hittite, and all that perversion and all that wickedness come from them. You know, that was one of the reasons why we had to destroy the Amorites and the Canaanites, is because they had all the wickedness. You know, they had a covenant and they were supposed to be righteous one time, you know, as can be seen with their priest Melchizedek. You know what I'm saying? He was an Amorite priest of Jerusalem, and he was righteous. But the rest of them Amorites were wicked, and that's where that gay stuff come from. You know what I'm saying? And it come from Sodom and Gomorrah, because the Amorites had control of Sodom and Gomorrah, where the Amorites ain't nothing but the Jews that was placed in our land in 722 BC. 2 Kings chapter 17 verse 24, where those people gonna keep their same traditions going. And one of the traditions is to put that gay stuff on the Hebrews. You know, as can be seen, some of them Hebrews that's gay may be from the tribe of Benjamin. Benjamin might have had been their forefathers, even though our forefather Benjamin himself wasn't involved in that, but his descendants was. They got tricked. And if you read Judges 19 and Judges 20, you will see, you know, and some of the same things that they did in the Genesis, they did in Judge. You know what I'm saying? That's like surrounding that brother house, trying to get them to come out, you know, so the gay folks can get them. And then bruh asked, say, hey man, I got some daughters, man, in the concubine, take them and bruise them. And then they took them for some days and bruised them, and then, you know, brought them back. And then, you know, that woman died, and then that Levite cut her up and sent her pieces in all the tribes of Israel. And we came and got together, and we took care of Benjamin for that gay stuff. You see what I'm saying? We took care of them, and we squashed that stuff out. And we didn't have no more of that mess till we got